Lin Xuran, 28 years old, is a successful yet deeply anxious corporate employee in a bustling metropolis. His life is dominated by deadlines, meetings, notifications, and the pressure to succeed. Despite his achievements, he feels constantly restless, burdened by a growing sense of dissatisfaction. The overwhelming noise. The city hums with endless horns, chatter, and digital alerts. His mind never rests. Even in silence, it is filled with swirling thoughts of unfinished tasks, unspoken regrets, and looming expectations. At night, he tosses and turns, unable to escape the weight of his thoughts. A turning point. One evening, scrolling mindlessly through his phone, he stumbles upon a book titled The Path of Buddha's Silence. A single passage captures his attention. Silence is not emptiness. It is where the mind finds its true home. Something inside him stirs. The thought of escaping the noise and seeking inner peace grows stronger. On impulse, he searches for monasteries that offer silent retreats. The monastery, hidden deep in the mountains, is vast and ancient, surrounded by mist-covered forests. The air is thick with the scent of burning incense, and the only sound is the occasional rustling of leaves. Master Zhikong, a revered Buddhist monk, greets him with a simple nod and gestures toward the temple. No words, just silence. The rules of silence. Noble silence. A fundamental practice in the monastery where speaking is forbidden. Lin must live in complete silence, engaging only in meditation, sitting in stillness, observing the breath, a walking meditation, slow, mindful steps, feeling every movement. Daily chores, sweeping leaves, fetching water, every task done in silence. At first he struggles immensely, the battle with his own mind. The silence does not bring peace. Instead, his thoughts grow louder. He hears every regret, every fear, every unfulfilled desire swirling in his mind. He considers leaving, but every time he looks at Master Zhikong's calm expression, he hesitates. The words from the book echo in his mind. Silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of clarity. One early morning, as he sits in meditation, the distant temple bell chimes. The vibration spreads through the air, and for a fleeting moment, his mind stops. In that stillness, he realizes that his thoughts are like passing clouds. They do not define him. This is his first taste of true silence. Lessons from the monastery. Master Zhikong breaks the silence for the first time and speaks to him. "Oh, the world will never be silent. But if you find silence within, no noise can disturb you." Lin begins to notice changes. He no longer fights his thoughts. He simply observes them. He becomes more patient, more aware of his surroundings. The birds, the rustling trees, the world feels alive yet peaceful. The meaning of noble silence. He learns that silence is not mere quietness, but a state of being fully present. He sees how silence was Buddha's most powerful teaching. When words fail, presence speaks. He understands why Buddha, upon meeting his first disciples, simply sat in silence. True wisdom is felt, not spoken. After a month, Lin prepares to return to the city. He worries, can he maintain his peace in the chaos of modern life? Master Zhikong offers one final teaching. Do not seek silence in the world. Carry it within you. A changed man. Back in the city, nothing has changed, but he has. Same traffic, the same deadlines. Yet he no longer feels overwhelmed. He applies what he learned of 5 minutes of morning silence before starting his day, or mindful listening instead of reacting impulsively. Less attachment to distractions. He no longer clings to social media, pointless arguments, or fleeting emotions. His colleagues notice his change. He is calmer, more composed. Friends ask, "What's your secret?" He simply smiles. One day, a younger colleague approaches him. "Oh, I feel lost, anxious all the time. How do you stay so calm?" Lin reaches into his bag and pulls out a book, The Path of Buddha's Silence. He hands it over and says nothing. The cycle continues. Lin walks through the crowded streets, but this time the noise does not bother him. The honking cars, the ringing phones, they all exist, but they no longer control him. As he crosses the road, he hears a distant temple bell in his mind. A reminder, silence is always within reach. Silence is not emptiness, but clarity. The world will always be noisy. True peace is found within. Buddha's greatest teachings were spoken through silence. By embracing silence, we learn to observe, accept, and grow.